My name is Lauren Pate. This is public speaking for Richard Capp. Have you ever found it hard to communicate with others without them getting the wrong idea about what you're saying? This seems to be a common problem in society dating back many years. This is also something I have had trouble with. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg wanted to change this. He wanted people to see that effective communication had to deal with no confrontation or harsh words. Dr. Marshall Rosenberg started out his journey as a civil rights activist, then going on to obtain his PhD in clinical psychology. After doing so, he mentored 60 different countries on his methods of nonviolent communication. Now you ask, what was his motivation? His motivation was growing up in Detroit and seeing the harsh things that could go on in daily life between people. Now, his theories not only work in political and business matters, but also for personal matters. His method has 4 simple steps. Now, the first step is to observe without judgment. The second is identify a feeling. Third is to identify a need or desire. And then fourth is to formulate a request. Now, I want to go into detail today and show you his brilliant steps to effective communication. His first step, again, is observe without judgment. Observing without judgment means no names such as needy, lazy, stupid, the list goes on. Do not exaggerate when communicating with someone. Now, do not say you never, always. That is just going to shut down effective communication. If you want to express something like that to someone, you need to be specific by saying, Billy, last week you did not clean your room 2 different times. Saying amounts is the key to getting through to people. Slowly observe before making any kind of judgments. His second step is identifying feelings. Now, it is important to realize that feelings come from within and not others. Many act as if they have none or if they are not in touch with them. This seems to be a common problem. But judgments are not feelings. Some people think that neglected, betrayed, attacked are feelings, but these are in fact judgments. Only you can determine your feelings, and do not blame yourself for others' feelings. This seems to be caring to you, but in the end, it's just going to affect your relationship. The third step is to identify a desire or need. Need is about oneself. General needs tend to be protection, love, care, respect, which are all very common things that we all want. So you must understand those before anyone else can for you. The last step is to formulate a request. By formulating a request, you want it to be positive, specific, with no sarcasm. Requests often get confused with demands. Requests are very different because they are voluntary. You are simply asking someone to do something, and you need to be able to accept whether they are willing to do this or not. Demands tend to be a little bit more violent. Demands, in the end, cause shutdown, rebellion, and in the end, have no positive long-term effects. When, for example, using a demand would be, you must clean your room, you have to do this before you go to soccer practice. Those 2 things are not going to create effective communication between, say, you and your child. This is not for all situations. Some need demand. Demand, for example, could be needed in a situation where there could be violence. Now, Dr. Marshall Rosenberg does not want anybody to get the wrong idea about this, saying that that request is for such situations. This effective method has been very successful over the last 30 years, communicating educators, families, and even war-torn countries. He continues to spread his philosophy all over the world and teaches others how to do so. He continues to further aid individuals through his Center of Nonviolent Communication, and he hopes that you someday will also spread the word. Thank you.